Now I'll go ahead and turn on the amplifier here. So this is a banjola. I made this completely from scratch. I'd like to thank Guy Wolff, who sent me some dimensions from his original instrument, an August-Pollman banjola. I did a lot of reading, and there wasn't a whole lot out there, but what I could find, it seemed like these instruments were kind of transitional instruments between the banjo and the mandola, and their target market was the parlor musicians, an attempt to kind of bring the banjo into a more sophisticated circle. So, but I heard Eugene Edwards, I believe, playing this on NPR, one of the tiny music concerts, tiny desk concerts, and I just thought, boy, this thing's got a great sound, and so I wanted to build one, and was able to find Guy who was kind enough to send along some dimensions, and I kind of worked with you know, a banjo I had, and it's a 26.5-inch scale length, and I used a mandolin that I had at the time to kind of help me get this arc. It's 10.5 inches wide. So behind me you can see this is the mold that I made to create the body. Again, I just kind of a handmade deal there, homemade deal for sure. Got a little project I'm working on. It's a small 8.5 inch, should be a diatonically fretted kind of a dulcie-jo. I'm going to use 4 strings, one being a short chanterelle string for the ringing little fifth. It's made of mahogany, which has been resawn, so these are strips that have been glued side to side to give me a 3.5 inch body. Here's the back, which has been, again, it was resawn from a larger board, and then I cut that in half and then put the sides together. It's not book match, it's slab sawn. You can see the mismatching of the grain. It still doesn't look too horrible, but certainly not perfect. And then the neck is poplar, and the fingerboard is paddock with there's another little fingerboard laid in here. It seems like I'm kind of getting into layering the fingerboard part of the instrument. There's hard rock maple underneath, or big leaf maple underneath, I believe, and then we got the paddock laid on top of that. There is a 1/4 inch carbon fiber rod inserted in the neck. There's no truss rod, and I did set this up on like a 3-degree angle. I set the neck in here at a 3-degree angle. Again, I didn't have anything a bit too technical. I just used a protractor One got the neck angle kind of where I wanted it, and then just, you know, I had it glued and just put some clamps here to hold it. What I ended up with is, you know, the action's okay, but I've got a pretty good significant bridge height here, which is 1 inch, 25 millimeters. So, and again, this is a hard rock maple with a banjo bridge glued on top of these feet here. And this here is babinga, a little plate of babinga. And for the tailpiece, the loops, I just use zither pins drilled straight through the tail block here. Regular stereo jack soldered to a single piezo pickup underneath the bridge here. I still have it amplified. Spruce top. I tried to do a little something different here. I didn't want just a round sound hole, so I kind of did an oval. And then I took a piece of cherry and kind of bent it in there. And then I glued kind of a few more strips of violin purfling in there to kind of give it a different look. Pretty homemade looking, folky for sure. But all in all, it didn't turn out too horrible. I wanted something that did have kind of a banjo-y sound. I knew the sound was going to change because of the acoustic wooden body, and one of the things that's interesting is you used to playing a banjo, the action is a lot higher here, plus you're not able to hit the top of this instrument like you are the banjo, simply because of the distance. I probably got the thing set up wrong. You know, this is probably way too high, but I think it might have came out that way to my advantage, because the higher the strings are off the bridge, the more volume you get. And this is kind of a soft voiced instrument anyway because of the light gauge strings. I do have medium gauge banjo strings on it, steel. I think it may be telling me it wants nylon strings on it though. It's got a life of its own. Playing with a pick. I think for this instrument, if I could get a good strike with just the nail, it probably would be less harsh sounding. It would be a better. So I got a lot of playing around to do with it and learn how to play it. It's really similar technique, claw hammer, but because the strings are so high off the board, I need to kind of make adjustment with my hands and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I do think softening up the stroke so it's less tinny with that pick would be helpful. You know, and perhaps the nylon strings definitely give it a different voice. So there you go, Banjola. Thanks for watching.